No one ever asked his name. Every morning at 5:30 a.m., he unlocked the side door of Westbridge High School, pushed his cleaning cart down the empty halls, and began the same routine. Mop, trash, classroom, bathroom. To everyone else, he was just the janitor. Students walked past him with earbuds in. Teachers nodded politely, if they noticed him at all. Some people didn't even look up. His name was Daniel Mercer. And years ago, he had sat in those same classrooms. Back then, Daniel wasn't invisible. He was the quiet kid who wore the same jacket every winter. The one who stayed late because he didn't want to go home. The one people laughed at when he answered questions wrong. They called him slow. They called him nothing special. One teacher once said, loud enough for the class to hear, "Daniel, maybe you should set your expectations a little lower." Everyone laughed. Daniel smiled and nodded. But something inside him broke that day. Life didn't get easier after graduation. His mother got sick. College became impossible. Bills piled up. So when the school district offered him a janitorial position, he took it. Not because he wanted to be there, but because it paid. And because it was familiar. Years passed. New students, new teachers. Same hallways. Daniel worked quietly, never complaining, never asking for more. But what no one knew was that every night, after his shift, Daniel went home and studied. Old textbooks, online courses, videos, engineering, emergency systems, building safety. Learning had never been his problem. Fear was. One winter night, everything changed. A brutal snowstorm hit the city without warning. Power lines collapsed. Roads iced over. Emergency services were overwhelmed. That night, Westbridge High was hosting a regional exam. Dozens of students, teachers, and staff were still inside when the power went out. Lights gone. Heat gone. Phones dead. Panic spread fast. Teachers gathered students in the gym. The backup generator failed. The temperature dropped. Someone tried calling emergency services. No signal. That's when smoke started coming from the east wing. An electrical fire. Small at first, but growing. People didn't know what to do. They argued. They shouted. They waited. Until someone said, "Where's the janitor?" Daniel was in the boiler room. He had already noticed the pressure drop. He had already traced the faulty circuit, and without hesitation, he acted. Daniel shut down the main electrical line, redirected emergency ventilation, manually unlocked sealed exits most staff didn't even know existed. He guided students through back corridors, keeping them calm. When firefighters finally arrived, the building was empty. No injuries, no casualties, only smoke damage. The next morning, the news called it a miracle. But the people inside the school knew better. It wasn't luck. It was Daniel. At the emergency meeting that followed, the principal stood in front of everyone, teachers, students, parents, and called Daniel forward. For the first time in years, all eyes were on him. Not with judgment, not with laughter, with respect. The same teacher who once told him to lower his expectations couldn't even meet his eyes. Daniel didn't smile. He didn't brag. He simply said, "I just did what needed to be done." A month later, Daniel was promoted to Facilities Operations Manager. 6 months after that, he was offered a scholarship funded by the district. Today, he designs safety systems for public buildings. But sometimes, he still walks those halls. Quietly, not to clean, but to remind himself of one truth. Never underestimate the person everyone ignores, because the ones who suffer in silence are often the ones who rise when it matters most. Have you ever been overlooked or underestimated? And how did it change you? Share your story in the comments. Someone may need to hear it. Thanks for watching.